Hello to all of our viewers. Today, on our show, we'll talk about the most exciting, maybe most interesting possible thing, the point in the heart. The moment the need, the desire awakens in us to search for the meaning of life and search spirituality. So we'll read the first passage from Shlover Shulam by the Rabash about the point in the heart. Man has to believe that he has a point in his heart, which is a shining spark, and sometimes it's only a black point and does not shine. And this spark we have to always awake, because sometimes this spark awakens on its own and reveals a deficiency in a person, that he feels that he is lacking spirituality, that he is too clumsy, too corporeal, and he has no way to get out of this state. And like a spark, a corporeal spark can't shine, but from a spark a person can light things, and by these things that the spark touches can ignite a great fire. Also, the spark in a man's heart can't wake up, but this spark, it is in its ability to wake up its actions to shine for him. We learn that all the substance of creation is the will to receive, the will to enjoy. And this desire develops really from zero, as it is existence from absence. That's how it was created, by light. And starts to comprise more and more till it reaches tremendous dimensions, to the point where that light or the presence of the Creator or the influence of the Creator over the desire increases the desire to an extent to which he becomes like the Creator. They both become one against the other. The Creator, in his entire intensity, wanting to present himself before the creature, he makes the creature, by his will to receive, by his intensity, like him. And this will to receive, it's the entire substance of creation. But this will to receive is not enough. In order to realize the purpose of creation, that the Creator wants to do good to his creatures because he's entirely in a good nature, and the nature of good is to do good, for that he needs two things. Besides the big desire, the same as he wants to give, say, 100 kilos of pleasure, so he creates 100 kilos of desire. But if he will fulfill his desire by 100 kilos of pleasure, the desire will be fulfilled and will be sealed, wouldn't want any more. And besides, the main thing is for this desire to completely depend on it will be entirely dependent on the Creator. It won't be independent, and therefore you can't call him, that desire, a creature at all, because a creature is something outside of the degree in his decision and his independence. So what do you do in order to make this creature independent? You have to pass this creature through such states where he'll feel himself completely disconnected from the Creator, entirely not to feel the opposite from him, rejecting him. In short, like the thing against him. And then bring the creature together with the keeping of this independence, which he receives through the oppositeness to the Creator, to bring him to a state where he will be like the Creator, whole, full. Meaning in the creature, there have to be two forces, two contradictory forces, two attributes, reception and bestowal. Whereas with the Creator, there's only one bestowal. In order to give the creature the ability to reach the degree of the Creator, to be independent and to be like him, we see on ourselves that in our world, before our eyes there's man with a will to receive, very small will to receive, but gradually it can grow. And also we see that the point in the heart is revealed in a person, meaning the second attribute, the attribute of bestowal, besides the will to receive, besides the will to enjoy. And these two attributes that start showing themselves, this is the beginning of man. Prior to this, we develop decades, like beasts, only one desire to enjoy this life, this world. And from the point that we get the point in the heart, the beginning of the attribute of bestowal, we become included of these two forces, the receiving and bestowing force, and then we can advance, develop, and reach a state where we will become as Adam. This is actually the essence of the point in the heart. It comes from the breaking of the vessels. Previously, that our world was created in the spiritual world, there are many stages of development, and there it's all prepared from there and came down to us, to a state where from this point and on we become included of these two parts, heart and point in the heart, or the will to receive and the desire to bestow, and thus they develop. If the point in the heart develops very quickly, as much as possible, then we're glad. We have to cause it a development as much as possible through all the means which Kabbalah allows us. And our will to receive grows and accompanies it as much as possible. The main thing is the point in the heart, the power of bestowal we have to develop. Because the power of reception, the Creator has given it to us to begin with. He created it existence from absence, but the power of bestowal, we have to develop it ourselves. This is a bit about the point in the heart. Well, who to ask? I don't know. Yes, Lee. I wanted to know whether every person has a point in his heart, every person has that spark, or it's only special people, or what? Yes, this sparks exist in everyone because, as I said, we come from the breaking of the vessels. We have the world of Ein Sof. From the world of Ein Sof we reach some point which is called the breaking. And in the breaking we have a desire and an intention. And both the desire and the intention are working in order to bestow back at the Creator. This is in the beginning of the breaking, and the end of the breaking, what we have is that both the desire and the intention, both our desire and intention, they are all in order to bestow to man himself. And then he doesn't feel the Creator, he doesn't care about anything, he wants for himself. Here it's to bestow. And here is to receive for himself, and this is our essence. But here we have desire and intention. Our desire develops for many years throughout history. We see that humanity is developing by the desire that grows from one generation to the next, and then we come to the 21st century, and here we see that many people are frustrated. They don't know what to keep doing with the desire. The desires have reached a realization, can't give a person any further fulfillment, can't show us good life, nice future. And then this intention awakens in us, the point in the heart, and it starts to show us that there's something else. It's possible to attain fulfillment from another dimension. but we don't know where, how. And then a person is in search. And we see that along with the despair that we have, on the one hand. On the other hand, we also have search. What do? Some place there is fulfillment. For such people who their point in the heart awakens, they already start asking, where does it come from? A bit of illumination, something that attracts me, I don't know where, but I already get some guess, something, that there's a different state in the world besides my emptiness. And when there is this point that awakens, this is how we arrange the point in the heart. Thus, as a result, we start to awaken and we come to Kabbalah and to an environment and the books and the teacher, and we start realizing this method, meaning that the whole method is how, from this small point, to make something big, for it to be the power of bestowal like the Creator. And then, when we acquire such a force as the Creator, we start working one against the other like Him. Then we come to contact, to adhesion with Him. This is the goal. To reach a state like Him, whole, complete, and all this through the development of the point in the heart. It gives us the whole good future. There's something that I do not understand, the lawfulness. You sketched it or drew it as the despair wakes the point in the heart up. So I see the whole world in despair. Why don't everyone wake up? Well, that the justice or that it's okay or not, I don't know. It depends who looks at it and how. It's possible that the whole picture is different than what we see. Kabbalah explains to us that, of course, in each and every one there's the point in the heart, because we all went through the breaking in the spiritual world. We all went through this place of breaking, and then we've reached this world. And here are everyone with their point in the heart and with the desire. Only there are those that the desire develops in them quickly. And there is, first of all, a person has to feel despair, helplessness, emptiness, and then the point in the heart awakens in him. And there are people that it happens earlier and some later. We can't say about someone that it will or won't happen with someone. There are even people that do not reveal the point in the heart in a lifetime. They feel despair but don't reveal it, and there are those who feel a bit despair and the point in the heart awakens in them and they carry on and reach the realization very quickly. So we can't get into it and say when yes, when no, and what does it depend on. We have to know the whole system of souls for that, and to know where does every soul come from what place is it in the general system. We have to simply know one thing, that as much as we will disseminate Kabbalah in the world, for it to enter the entire system of souls, for it to be known by all people, then by this we will cause the merging of the points in the heart in everyone quicker. People always look to belong to something, and interest So the point of the heart is the continuance of the ego. We have an interesting wisdom, a great group to belong to. How does it change the vector of development in a different direction? You're right. A person who comes to Kabbalah with the point in the heart, he doesn't come in order to bestow and love others, to develop into the attribute of bestowal. It doesn't speak to him at all, and won't speak to him month and month. But throughout time, by the group, the books, the teacher, different actions that he'll make in the group, he'll start understanding that the realization of the point in the heart is through the connection between everyone. The connection between everyone has to truly be in bestowal and love. And when he starts realizing it in his environment through the wisdom of Kabbalah, he starts feeling that he is incapable of anything, that he hates everyone, rejects them, they reject him. He doesn't want it. And the right Kabbalistic group, there's deep, profound hatred amongst everyone. In an ordinary environment on the street or in the army, you can see really people, they bond, they go watch soccer together or to a pub or whatever. Here a person leaves the lesson, the study, he doesn't want to know the others, doesn't want to be connected to the others. He's incapable. Or, I'll tell you a secret, even the opposite. There are people in our group that can bond and can be together as a good environment. They won't go far. Those that reveal the hatred, that reveal that they're incapable of standing the others, they're capable of only using them, or not at all, simply don't see them. If they will continue nonetheless and will overcome themselves, they will reach good achievements. What's the principle here? Simple. That by being in a group, we awaken the reforming light, and this illumination shows us how opposite we are, meaning that although we maybe want to connect a bit, we really reveal that we're rejected by it, and maybe after years that we try and continue, then from that illumination that comes to us more and more and more, it depends on man's investment, especially in dissemination. Not even the connection, because he's incapable of bonding, but more the dissemination, bestowal as much as possible all over the world. He disseminates Kabbalah, then through this, the reforming light comes to him and starts changing his desire. Besides showing him the hatred towards others previously, this person starts understanding above or upon the hatred towards others that he has to bond. That by this he reaches something good, new. Along with it, he reveals two things. I hate everyone, and I have to connect. I have no choice. Otherwise, I can't reach anything. But it feels a bit like a contradiction. On the one hand, the timing in which the point in the heart is revealed to a person neither depends on him nor on us. On the other hand, how will dissemination help? By influencing the generality of souls, I awaken from them upon me like a source of the dissemination of bestowal. I awaken upon myself the reforming light. I awaken upon this point, illumination from above, because this point develops only through the light. And then, I'm not talking about this. I'm despaired of it. I'm in this world. I keep myself the way I do. I'll finish my beastly corporeal life this way. I'll sustain my physical body somehow, but the intention, meaning the point in the heart, in it I feel all the changes. In it I feel the changes. I feel hatred in it towards others. Upon this hatred, I start feeling that I have to connect with others. It's all because the illumination influences this point. This point is the part of divinity from above, not our desire. The desire has nothing to do with it. And thus, in this point, we were once connected. Here we were connected to one system. Really. All of us. From 0 to 100 souls, 7 billion souls, I don't know how many. From 0 to infinity, we weren't connected. What happens today? We're all separate. But from that light, from that state which is here, that light is working on me and brings me the so-called Om Akif. How? I hate everyone. How can I influence myself? I bestow to them nonetheless. I bring them Kabbalah. I disseminate. And then I awaken this. I can't in my state do more than that, but it's enough. I participate in the system. This I tell you from my own experiences. But at least from my experience, I burned with the point in the heart. I froze up, down, disseminating or not doing anything, whatever I do. I don't know how to get out of myself. I'm with myself constantly. I didn't ever experience anything else. Still, the surrounding light hasn't worked on you to an extent to which you will feel that there is such a connection with others that through this connection you transcend matter. You reach a different dimension of reality. Soon. So, if in the beginning a person doesn't yearn for anything spiritual, how does he know that he has a point in his heart? I remember myself for the first 2 years, I was sure I don't have a point in the heart. So how does a person find out that he has? So how did you keep coming? I don't know, good question. You were not aware that you have a point in the heart, but you felt emptiness. You had questions about life. What is the meaning in life? As Bala Sulam writes, in introduction to tells that this is what you come to Kabbalah with. And the point in the heart is that it doesn't really scrutinize. It starts with a person starts feeling rejection towards others along with the attraction. That it starts to kind of rub him inside the desire. It becomes edgy, and the person starts to bond with that quality not to. But at the beginning, you're right. I want something. This life is not enough. I want to reveal more. Another world, reality, eternity, something. It's not enough what I have here. It's all garbage. This is the feeling of the beginner, and the rest comes later. Yossi from Beersheba is asking, why did there have to be such a long development of the point in the heart revealed? Why couldn't it be in the very beginning? Yes, the truth is that we're in a very long development. And we're all incarnating like a row of soldiers that we incarnate. None of us are absent in any incarnation. Anyone whose body it passes away incarnates again. And thus the question is right. How long do we need in order for the point in the heart to start showing itself? No answer to that. We have to... humanity in general has to come to despair. There are the unique individuals who achieve despair and the development of the point in the heart very quickly, like the great Kabbalists in previous generations. It's merely a small number of souls that felt this way and developed this way. But we are in the first generation in which the point in the heart is revealed in the masses. It's a special sign that humanity is reaching despair. Everyone starts feeling that this world is empty, that everyone is nervous, we're prepared to destroy everything. As a result of a person not feeling fulfillment, he's ready for anything. And here it's truly a dangerous state. And we're permitted, therefore, to disseminate Kabbalah. Because from this point on, as people reveal the despair they are capable of hearing, how it is possible to fulfill it. Tal from Washington is asking, does the point in the heart reveal only by despair, or is there anything else that can cause it to reveal? No, there has to be despair. There has to be some kind of despair of this life, from this level of living. And only then do you reach a higher level. Meaning, you can't leave this life if there's pleasure in them. It doesn't mean that a person has to suffer physically. In our generation, there's everything. We have any fulfillments that we want, but along with it, we feel emptiness. And thus, that we have this feeling that everything is missing and the point in the heart is revealed, and a person really doesn't know what to do. You have to eat, to sleep, drink. Everything is arranged for people, and in them, specifically, in this special, say, billion, they're incapable of understanding why, what for, how, against any reason. They start going mad. They have to find something to fulfill them. And thus they come to Kabbalah. And here it all depends on our dissemination. It's not enough to hear you, we also have to understand you. You say things that, if I sit and pick my mind, I reveal completely different things. You said that the Creator created only one thing, desire. Meaning that all that I see, everything that exists, it's only desire. You said that man with his desire is incapable of correcting himself. But he has to draw the light. So there are two things that the Creator created. No, he didn't create the light. It says, makes light and creates darkness. It's an extension. The light is an extension from it. Creation is something that didn't exist before and was created. That's our desire. Didn't exist, and from some point was born. No, wait a second. There's everything. So it's not only one thing, but I'm sorry. But creation is something special. It is the emerging of existence from absence that did not exist previously, and all the rest are only results. of the combination of these two things, the will to receive and the light. The same desire that the Creator created, He created it spiritual in the beginning. He changed. When did this desire change from the spiritual to the corporeal? When? In the world of Nicodim. When did it happen? Everything in Ein Sof. Everything occurred in the world of Ein Sof. And it unfolded from there. But we're already in this world, and it's not that important for us, all those exalted processes that we're learning about. But what is important for us is that we have these two discernments, the desire and the intention, the point in the heart and the desire. And by the reforming light, meaning by a certain force that we can awaken in a group, through dissemination, through the study, we start influencing them. We always have to scrutinize, what should I do? Can I do something here? Where's my free choice? Is there a certain action which I can influence, by which I can influence my destiny? If yes, then yes. If no, then what can I do? I'll wait till something will happen. So Kabbalah is revealed and says, you in our state here in this world, you are a puppet on strings. You have no free choice. Concealment only gives us the ability to exist because you think that you're doing something. Well, you have this illusion that as if you're doing something, but you should know that you aren't doing anything. All of your development that you can cause, the rhythm and the form of development, it's only by you engaging in the wisdom of Kabbalah, and by your free choice you will speed up the development of the point in the heart. The point in the heart, it's simply the entire concentration, the focus of our concentration, only on that. Because that's the point by which I'm connected to all the rest of the souls, and together with them to the Creator. And my body is like a beast, lives and dies. No difference. You see, we can transplant organs, we can... doesn't matter what we'll do with our body. Soon there will come a time that you'll be able to, neutralize it, detach it. How many parts? Both now, you can detach from a person and keeps on living. What I want to say is that it's not a function. Our point in the heart is a spiritual part that has no place in the body. You can exchange all the organs in the body. The point in the heart will stay with you. And that is what we have to develop, meaning the point in the heart is your foundation, the upper world. You're tied to it forever and ever. The body, you exchange it from time to time. It remains both at the end of correction, that point, of course. It remains at the end of correction by you being connected by it to the whole entire system and the Creator together. But it grows. It grows to the extent of the entire system that connects to it. Maybe we'll read another passage that tells about the awakening of the point in the heart from the Zohar. A person who's in the dark, and always in the dark was his place of dwelling. As you want to shine to him, first of all you have to open up a small light for him, like the point of a needle, and then a bit bigger, and every time more, until you show him the entire light. Because the cure doesn't come all at once, but comes bit by bit until someone is cured. Here we also see that we have to awaken the upper force till we get some treatment for the point in the heart, and then we can... What does it mean, the point in the heart? If I develop it, what does it mean I develop it? The light influences it. I start feeling in it the form of the Creator. There's something very special here. Contradiction in terms. On the one hand, it's my point. On the other hand, if it develops a bit, inflates, in it I feel the attributes of the Creator, in it I feel the Creator. Say, I know you, Moshe. As much as I know you, then your image is in me. If I'm told Moshe Admoni, Moshe Admoni, I already know who is it, according to how I can describe you. Of course, it's not exactly, somehow, but there is some form. The same with a point in the heart. When it develops, I identify there. What I identify is called the Creator. It's the image of the Creator. Attributes, discernments, even character, because a person sees corresponding to his own attributes, and then as if I build inside me the image of the Creator, and this point develops more and more. I also refer to it this way. By it I'm connected to the rest of the souls. They're in it, and by it or through it I reveal the Creator that connects between us. Meaning my life starts existing in this point, and it becomes more and more important to me until it grabs me, reveals me, and puts me inside. I jump in with it's my whole head, and then I'm in identification and adhesion with the image of the Creator, which I have revealed. But what you say is that I see you, I know you, like you say that whatever I can't, the character, but the Creator is something concealed, elusive. How can I invite Him to reveal Himself? This is what we have to constantly expect from faith. I want for the image of the Creator to be revealed in me, the feeling of the Creator, and to have the ability to advance, bond with others. I'm not demanded to jump over the ego if I can't. I'm not demanded to jump into some abyss if I can't. It is all what is demanded from me is simply demand what you need, and then you'll have it. And thus, eventually, in the point in the heart, I invite that image of the Creator. I want Him to clothe in me, dress, fulfill me. I want to feel Him, the same as we feel a close person who is in my senses, who is in my thoughts. I want to feel how is He on the inside, and as a more inner body starts aiming me, starts to lead me. We have another quote here from Bala Sulam. In any person, even in a free person, there is an unknown spark demanding unification with the Creator, and when it awakens from time to time, it provokes a desire to know the Creator, or the opposite, but they're one and the same, and whoever will give you a fulfillment for this yearning, he'll agree to anything. Oh, that means that we can disseminate Kabbalah, and by the advertisement we awaken the points in the heart in everyone in the world. Thus the advertisement system is so important. By this we awaken, we speed up correction and prevent much suffering in the world. Sometimes a person feels that he has a point in his heart shining, but most of the time life is pretty gray. And there isn't that much light, more darkness. How is it possible to make this spark shine constantly? Impossible. I have no answer for that. I think there is an answer, but that you say that you want for the point in the heart, the yearning, that you're really in tendency for it constantly to develop the point in the heart, you're living in. No, this won't happen. Constantly it won't happen unless through the group, through the study, through the dissemination, through the general effort. That's the main thing. That if the friends around you constantly care about getting somewhere, it's like a boat with many people in it with oars. So one is lazy, he can't or something, the others take the work, but he's also with them in the same boat. Because of the power of the arvut, they drag him, carry him, and then he, regains strength and joins the work. Only the mutual care that influence each and every one will not let a person, will not give him the ability to escape even for a short time, but he'll constantly feel that he has to think. He doesn't know why, but it doesn't leave him. Why doesn't it leave him? Because the others, they're around him constantly in inner work. This is called arvut. We're responsible for each other, to constantly be connected to the goal. That by this, I'm obliged towards others for them not to lose their spiritual life, to constantly be connected to it. This is how we have to advance. Thus, whoever comes into a group, the group, it's not determined according to them sitting, having meetings, meals. The group is the intensity of the group, the term of the group. It's only according to the intensity of the arvut by which they are obliged with all their strength to be connected to the goal as possible in order to promise the friend advancement and connection to that goal. Not on account of myself. I enter a group, I am obliged towards others all the time, 100%, to be triggered towards the goal. If there is some failure, okay, that's not up to me, but whatever is up to me, then I do it. An alarm clock, whatever. I do anything that I can in order to think about the goal, because this way I obligate myself for the friends not to fall. And this is not on, if we think about others, then corresponding to the law of equivalence of form, the upper light works on us and really gives us this mutual intention that we don't leave, and then we advance very quickly. This is the term of the group here. No, it doesn't matter. The people who are distant from each other around the world, if they agree between themselves to think so about the goal, like he says, the Rabash, we've gathered here in order to give foundation to a group, in order to advance with the degrees of man and so on. Yes, Danny. What does it mean to think about others? Would I have to constantly think about someone, take his picture in my wallet? I don't know. Maybe you don't know his face at all. You're obliged to reach the hearts of the friends, to awaken them, to constantly be bonded to the goal, because only if they'll think about the goal, you will not fall off the path and you will achieve. You have no other chance, no chance. Unless they also think about the goal, meaning through them you can influence yourself. There's a very special action here. We can influence the spiritual world. Thus, this action is called free choice. We are in this world, in this world, I'm 100% managed by the upper light and everything. The rulership, leadership completely comes down upon me and manages me from 0 to 100% in everything. Besides, the point in my heart is revealed, and through the group I can influence the upper mechanism for it to influence the point in the heart. This is my only choice. This is my only free choice. Besides this, I'm a beast. It's a shame to think about anything else. Truly so. Only free action. That's it. Like it says, a waste of time. And thus, over my beastly corporal form, I have nothing to think, because it all unfolded corresponding to the development of the point as a function, and I can't influence the development of the point myself. I can only influence on a condition that through the group I reach this upper mechanism, and from it I bestow. Why? We study that because the group is really this upper mechanism itself, that it itself is the system of souls, a part of it. And thus all the lights, kelim, vessels, world of Ein Sof exist. I have no need to think about anything besides that. How through the group I influence myself. And these aren't mechanical actions or anything else. It's all inside, inner work. Yes, Eddie. I suppose there are people watching us at home on television and they don't have a group there. And he says, interesting, how can I develop my point in the heart? For the time being I don't feel anything. What can I do? Without connecting. Virtual group. We're now in development that all of humanity is coming into it. I hope to see in my lifetime all of humanity connecting into one great big group. And although there are many languages and mentality and a great difference between the civilizations and nations, as we see, according to our groups, we all connect together, and thus the group, what we think about, what we need to try and to build, is a virtual group. It's not a group that you study in some one place, it's a group all over the world. Although there are also from different places where people connect between themselves in order to disseminate, do different things, but our entire connection, the future is a virtual one, and from the virtual connection to the spiritual one. And thus there is no problem that we don't see each other in body, but people more and more feel connection through the media lines. The same way we should build the group. And it could only confuse me. these maybe not, these maybe so. How can I develop my point in the heart? I'm only at home and I have only a television. So you're with us in the studying, in dissemination, in the group, in your obligation to be connected. You perform the same actions as being in the same place. What does a physical place add? It can only confuse a person. That's why he asks the constant question, am I connected physically? And then he lets go of the internality. Maybe he's not connected to it at all. So I'm happy that we're reaching a virtual connection between ourselves. So, Mayo. I sit at home, I watch television, I'm in despair, I'm asking what's the meaning in life. I see philosophies, yoga, religions, everything. What will cause me to choose Kabbalah? I don't know. Here is the question that really everyone has to ask. Each one chooses here from many discernments. What does his heart tend to? But we're talking about people who are in despair, people who already feel that they are... All the rest is a lie, probably. All the rest... We talk about the suppression of the will to receive, how to perform certain actions, for it to be more beautiful, nicer, different methods of calming down, to increase security, confidence, corporeal life. I'm not interested in it. I want to get myself out all of this transientness, all of the beastliness, out of this temporarity. What is this body? If it comes to an end, then it's worthless to begin with. Thus, I'm not going to improve my conditions here on earth. Here, as long as I'm alive, I have to reveal an eternal life. I don't know how, but this is what I need. And thus, you're still telling me about yoga things. Okay, I'll feel myself nicer, but does it really give me connection with divinity? Evidently, obviously, to attain the spiritual dimension, whoever believes it should go. But I think that it's not for long. Usually people, they go and come, go and come. I'd say many people, most of the people, leave Kabbalah, go doing something, or corporeal business. They return to it for a certain period, or to spiritual business, and then they return to Kabbalah, meaning they have to make this additional scrutiny. I don't know how to do it. Sometimes it's such a small scrutiny, so unimportant. Went, opened something, failed, closed, came back to Kabbalah. What was the big problem? We don't know, but by this, no, he knows that. That's it. He continues only in this, and soon we'll reveal many more of our friends this way. There are many who leave. We don't pay attention to them that much, and they return, and there will be more and more such. It happens almost with everyone. Besides those individuals that see that, yes, we have to keep on going, and there are those that nonetheless go to some business, see importance in it, and then return. Meaning that here we have many discernments. We simply need to, in general, help everyone. Okay, we're approaching the end of our show, so maybe we'll read a quote that I think concludes all that we talked about from the introduction to Tess. The Creator Himself puts a man's hand on the good fortune, meaning by giving him a life of content and the corporeal life filled with suffering and torment and are empty of any content. Necessarily a person disconnects and escapes them when it even seems to him through the cracks that there is some place of tranquility that he can escape this harder than death life, and there's no greater present to a person than that. Through the combination of pleasure, suffering, group, supported friends, and the main thing is the light that works on the point in the heart. Through it we reach the development and we reveal the soul, all the souls including the Creator that fulfills us. So thank you for being with us, and let's hope that the point in the heart will awaken and burn in all of us, and all the best till our next show.